How? Welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hailk empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and it's like we're going with the 4 second delay. It's a day. I don't know what day it is. What day is it? It don't matter what day it is. It's a day. It's a good day. I slept pretty good. Mom slept good. Mom slept good. She was perky this morning. She Sagittarius fire son. She's been staying up late and getting up early, and she's been beating me up early. Ugh. So everything's just fluid. I got so much water and air in my chart, and everything is just like wah wah wah. Super 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 esoteric. Not of this earth. Like when I was walking in earlier, I'm like, God, it's so dense. The energy is so dense. It feels like gravity is extra. That's what it feels to me. And I just listened to Mike, I think is the guy's name. The Peace Dealer, his daily interpretation. I freaking dig his point of view, man. Kid's smart. He's smart. He's more articulate and smart than me in a lot of ways, you know. Anyway, I appreciate his reports, and I cordially invited him to my tube today. I like to cordially invite people because I don't know. I'd like to see introducing what I'm about, and I don't know else how. I've gone to people's channels and they freaking adamantly freaking chewed me out for inviting people to my tube. So I was like, all right, I see the heart space where you're coming from. That membership is required. But I come from a place where inclusion, you know, it's all about everybody. If people vibe, hey, if they're listening to you and I like what you have to say, then they might hear something that I have to say that they might like too. You know, everybody just plays off of everybody. But I've had, you know, the Leo Cub, he's done it. I even went back seeing that guy, his ego, man, it's his ego. And I even go back and listen to him. I didn't listen to him for several months because his ego, I just can't get past his ego. You know, people either they're in their psychology or their astrology. That's what we're finding out, you know. When people are in their psychology, they're in their ego and their spirit is just non-existent. And then we get the freaking world that we get where people just keep, it's all about money, 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 profits, earnings, they're recording profits, and fucking people don't matter. Yet, you know, right now there's, you know, 1.5 miles from my house, 2 miles from my house is this capital of fucking Oregon where everybody's life matters, or whose life matters, what life matters, what day of the week is it, who's in charge, you know. They're getting an $80 million. My story goes back 3 years. I have 1,000 videos. Check out my Salem, the greedy city, and all the hours I spent because I hang out. I take care of my mom. I just look out for my mom. So all my days I just tend to her every freaking will and need. Make sure she's happy in life. Because freaking nobody ever did her any favors. So I'm here to make sure that I do every favor I can for her. Honor thy mother. You know. I never thought much of fathers. You know, it's just another day. I used to get resentful at people, all the Father's Day ads. I've always been in IT, you know, and always around working, and always worked around men. And I'm just like, dude, if you knew what these men were, very few of them were of integrity. Very, very few. So if you freaking men, and you know, and I think the fact of it is I think, you know, and there's been this storyline of respecting the man and doing what the man says for so long because he has the better ideas. And the fact of the matter of it is that's just not true. It's not, these things aren't gender specific. They got nothing to do with gender, you know, but then you have a woman that comes up with good ideas and that has strong ideas and opinions and you know, is educated and stuff like that and looks like masculine, then, you know, a man feels threatened about his position in life, and then all of a sudden I'm a fucking dumb dyke, you know? And I'm just like, whoa. I'm a pretty lady. You can suck my dick. Yep. Yeah. So I called today's talk Mind Over Matter because I come from powers, man. I come from powers. Mom always had abilities. She always knew stuff. How did she know? Intuition. It's just people are smart. You know, if you know somebody, you pretty much know what they're doing any given day. And then if you know a little something about astrology, that adds to it. And if you know a little bit of something about psychology, that adds to it too. You know, and people are coming either head for heart right now, man. And things are going to get freaking brutal because people, see, we're all masculine and feminine energy. And those that haven't reconciled those characteristics in themselves that they can't stand in other people, they're gonna just see more of that in the hate, and the hate is gonna grow in the world. But if once they start, like me, and for example, oh, sorry, baby bud, sorry about the big nose there, buddy. Ben said, don't bother him, Marge. I've been sleeping. And my stuff is I came to this incarnation with all this masculine energy, and not knowing that we are balanced, you know, 50% masculine, 50% feminine energy in its full spectrum, and all these emotions are tied to these different shades of vibration in the frequency of negative and positive polarities, male, female, all that stuff. It goes on and on. I don't got time for that right now. I'm trying to say something. So my resentment was like, and it also plays out in my astrology, because your astrology lines up with the planets, and the planets play out a storyline of the Greek mythology, and these are also traits that we have in ourselves that line up. So we're just playing the stories of Zeus time and time again, whether people, and with the consequence time and time again of civilizations falling, because time and time again money matters more than people. But see, people like me, they're like the little weed that is stuck up through the freaking crack, you know, the little weed that it's like, I'm not gonna live like you. I never thought like everybody else. I ain't never gonna be mainstream. Hey, okay, ain't mainstream, man. We contrarian, so even if everybody starts thinking like me, I'm gonna start thinking a different way. I'm not mainstream. So I'm just here to get, you know, that's what we do, is we just help. I don't care if you believe what I believe. I don't give a fuck if people think what I think. I really don't care. I honestly, I'm not just saying that. I mean, I have no friends. I have no friends. It's me and mom and my 4 dogs. In my YouTube, my tiny, tiny tube. That's it in life. And it is ugly and gross out there. But I will keep telling my little fucking message of that in the midst of all the darkness, there is still light. There will always be light. It's never going to stay dark. It's just an energy. It's just a frequency. And oftentimes, that energy, darkness, is equated to fear, bad things, you know? Watched the last episode of Mr. In Between last night, and he burned it all down. That was a great episode. I come from their headset. That's why I love these characters. I love these men. People are like, you hate men. I'm like, fuck no, I don't. There's plenty of men that are goddamn worth loving, you know? They just don't know how to love themselves first. And that's the hard part, is because I'm not tolerant in a lot of ways. So I don't do things like, because I had to learn how to self-soothe. So it's not easy for me to be sympathetic, because I've had to learn. So I'm just like, I hate the people that say suck it up. I fucking hate those bastards, because when they say that to me, I think about their likelihood of what their whole life has been about, you know, their college, because they went to college because their dad, you know, and their entitled life. I don't give a fuck what the shade of your skin is. It don't matter to me. It's the vibe of your heart space. We all the same different shades of the same freaking color spectrum. Brr, 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 brr. So when people, oh gosh, I'm just all kinds of fired up. My train of thought derailed. Just derailed. I was talking about people not reconciling with and mine was me not reconciling with the feminine energy in me. So I overcompensated my masculine and all that destructive swing and wiener bullshit. I overcompensated. And as a result, I freaking have an gnarly ass, I mean, I was coming into this world, they're like, oh, she has scoliosis. Depends on what doctor I went to. It was, determined if I had scoliosis that day or whoever it was. I was just always tested. Everybody's trying to figure out what and who I am, and I'm just like, I'm what everybody else is supposed to be, but people are too afraid to do it because people are too busy doing what their mommy and daddy always told them to do, and people like me, well, we didn't have mommy and daddy around, and we just kind of had to fend for ourselves, and I'm just kind of pretty fortunate that I'm in as good a standing as I am, I don't think I should listen to this song right now. So there are some pretty cool synchronicities. I love when people recommend music to me. I freaking love it. I love songs and music because it gives me it, and especially when the lyrics make sense. And there was a song that was recommended to me today, and holy hell, I could not focus on the song because I was having the conversation with the person that recommended the song, and I was so focused on that, that I couldn't listen. I must have played the song 4 times over. Groovy Shakes or something like that. Because I love music, and I even, like, some days are dedicated, the vibe's right. I just scroll through, like, iTunes and stuff, listening to new music, and that's why I like TV or shows and stuff like that, because they set up a scene and they give you a feeling, and and then the song really freaking drives that feeling home. Some good shows that do that. God, so you're never alone. I was out this morning, the deer been showing up, that couple yesterday. Today it's been just a lot of birds and squirrels. I threw some mixed nuts outside, and they're having a heyday party. Ow! Kicker? He just doesn't care. He's just an egomaniac is what he is. He's like, I had a rough life, so I do what I want, Marge. I do what I want, and you let me too. I do. Being an empath, man, it ain't always easy, especially when you're a freaking softie like me. Cancer season's coming up. Oh my goodness, you can see my eyes. I already been crying today. All in my feelings. Last night I wanted to eat my feelings. I fried up some cabbage instead. Put some Mrs. Dash in there. No sodium. That was my treat to myself. Ooh, getting older. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to start getting busy here pretty quick. But so, yeah, when I was younger, mind over matters, mom, and I remember this one time I was 2 years old. We were 3 years old. We were just moved back from where I was born. We only lived in San Bernardino until I was about 2. It was around because I remember the move because I put a fish hook through my tongue. And then I went and showed Mom because I was perfectly calm. I was going to get in trouble. I was more scared about getting in trouble because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I wrote a story about it when I was in school. I got an A on it for creative writing skills. I just love words. Anyway, they were moving, not paying attention to me. And I was fishing around in the carpet, and there was a hook. And I untangled it, and I put everything in my mouth. I'm experimental spirit, experimental. And so I put it in my mouth, and before I know it, I'm like playing with it. Oh, too much pressure. It didn't take that much. So I went in and, showed Mom, and she freaking passed out. Had to the aid of people, got lightheaded. Like, what do I do with this? She never knew nobody ever knows what to do with me because I just do things, and they're just like, I get stuck in rocking chairs. I mean, I just try stuff. I'm the one that tries stuff just to see how it works, and then I always find the most backward thing. I break a lot of stuff too. Anyway, my energy does too, especially when I'm not balanced. I'm an energetic slider, so when I freaking get all unhinged, then text starts getting glitchy. That's one of the reasons why I try not to get so fired up. It's easy for me to get a little bit more animated when I'm outside because the trees and stuff absorb it and the animals come visit and say hi stuff, but it's kind of rainy today, so I wasn't going to do a live today. Anyway, but Mom, we were driving around in Greg with the brown truck because my dad's name was Greg and his name was Greg, so that's how I differentiated him. Is my dad had a light brown truck and he had a, maybe it was a black truck, Greg on the black truck. Anyway, so his radio didn't work and we were going for a ride somewhere. Mom was sitting next to him and I was sitting, next to the, I was in whatever, my brother was along our ride probably, I imagine. And he was always kind of in tow too. And the radio didn't work and my mom said, the radio will work. And he's like, no, it hasn't worked for years. And she's like, yeah, it will. And she freaking reached down and turned it on. And lo and behold, the radio did in fact turn on. And see, it's all that kind of stuff. Mind over matter. We make our realities happen, kids, folks, adults. I cuss. I fucking cuss all over this ain't, people that don't like that. To me, I don't think people don't not like cussing. I think people like controlling the narrative. Yeah. Because I'm all about psychology and spirit, and that's what's happening is this emergence, of ego, and people are figuring it all out. And people are like me are just going to keep touting my little stuff, explaining it. But, that's how placebos work. You take a pill, a sugar pill. You get a headache, you take a sugar pill, you tell yourself it's, someone tells you, oh, it's aspirin, it's the newest, most effective pill. It's going to take your headache away in 30 seconds. Well, your mind processes it, oh, okay, I believe it. Take it, your headache's gone in 5 minutes. You're telling yourself what that pill's going to do. Or you're saying, nah, it's bullshit, this ain't going to work. And then you take it, yeah, just like I suspected, it's not going to work. That's why I'm like, why are all these people giving their money? And the people that they're making the pills, all these people, the nice families, they're just, they're just in sales. They're just pharmaceutical, all these, when I worked in radiology at CUMC in Omaha, the freaking drug reps would come in. I mean, they blew so much money on shit to just so you buy their pills, and then people would take their pills and it's all crazy mad science and it fucks people up and it makes people twitchy and it makes them more sensitive because it's all stuff that like attacks their endocrine system, and that's why everyone's getting more sensitive because they're tuning up and they're like, what's that? And then they're actually dialing into other people's frequency and stuff like that and hearing other people's thoughts. But for years and years, men and women have profited from words like schizophrenia and things like that to lock those people up. The people that are aware of multi-dimensions, people aware of higher dimensions, and then lo and behold, we come to find out the people that have been locking people like me up for all this knowing and awareness have been using it in their favor at the same time. What? In this satanic cult ritual bullshit and all this bloodletting and freaking ego stuff, because in every program there's light and there's dark, and so in every religion, in every church, in every denomination, you have the people that really believe in the righteousness of the focus from their heart of what they want to do, and then there's always people that freaking take it from ego, and then they're freaking sacrificing baby goats and shit like that and reading entrails so they can read the position, and that can combine with the position of the moon on this day. If this happens, this is going to happen, and all for profits, and it's stupid. And it's time to act like an adult and create heaven on earth, and anything less than that is, well, where's the spirit in that? Hope you have a rad day. Peace.